Good morning, Rand. You all set?
Yep, all good.
Okay. Well, I want to thank you all for joining us for yet another Merrimack Valley Chamber of Commerce informational webinar. We have two great speakers this morning: Andy Firmin from Firmin Insurance and Benefits Solutions, and also Chaitra Sanders from the Massachusetts Health Connector, who are going to be discussing health opportunities and what is happening with your health insurance during this pandemic. It's an important issue. It's something that affects each and all of us, and we're very fortunate to have these great speakers to discuss those questions, to discuss those problems, and also answer those questions you might have at the end of the presentation. I'm Mike Bevilacqua with the Merrimack Valley Chamber of Commerce. We have a whole host of webinars coming up on the agenda. You can check our website, merrimackvalleychamber.com, to both check past webinars and also to sign up for future webinars, which are value-added membership opportunities for you. And for those who aren't members yet, check out our membership opportunities. As I said, there's a lot of value added right now, and there's going to be more when we get back to business. So do not miss out on any of those opportunities. And I want to thank Rand for setting this up also. We'll be recording this for those who couldn't make it this morning. And if you want to see this again, it will be recorded. So I just want to introduce Joe Bevilacqua, the Chamber President, and then we'll get going.
Good morning, everyone. I just want to say thank you once again for being part of the Merrimack Valley Chamber of Commerce. I want to say thank you to Rayanne and Michael for putting these webinars together. Thank you to our speakers, who I think are instrumental in providing great information to all our members who have so many questions during this coronavirus period. And thank you to our sponsors. I just want to say thank you. The Merrimack Valley Chamber is trying to provide daily business advisories. We're setting out special information, special notices, as well as the webinars, and we have some new things coming up. And I also want you to know that we are getting ready for the day that we'll all be open, and we'll be ready for any questions you have and hopefully able to promote your company. So thank you. I look forward to a great webinar today, and I hope you all have a great weekend. And happy Mother's Day to all mothers and grandmothers alike.
Yes, and the last thing I just want to mention before we get going is that if you want to chat, have a question, you just hover over with your mouse. With the speakers going to be speaking, you'll see a red X at the bottom right. Then you'll see three dots to the left of that. The very next one, the little circle that looks like a chat. That's when you got to click, and then you'll be able to chat on the right. So with that being said, I'm going to turn it over now to Andy and Chaitra, and I want to thank them both for joining us again. And thank you very much. Welcome.
Oh, thanks, Mike. I want to thank Joe and Rayanne and everyone at the Chamber for everything you do, and for your partnership and everything that you're doing for the members in the community. For those who don't know me, my name is Andy Firmin. I work as an independent benefits broker. I work with numerous entities and carriers, helping work as a benefits consultant. In my carrier relationships, I have 6 of the top voluntary carriers, as well as the major medical carriers. As an independent broker, I work alongside business owners to find the right carrier and the right plans for your organization and employee groups. Working as that independent consultant, I handle everything from plan design to employee communication and education, enrollment and ongoing client service, including claim submission on that voluntary side. I'm local, based right here in North Andover. That means I'm accessible to your Merrimack Valley employees and your business. You and your employees will have my direct email and cell number. On the voluntary side, since enhanced voluntary benefits are typically 100% employee paid, I even have solutions that can eliminate the invoicing for that employer. And that's the #1 source of frustration for voluntary, for employers that offer voluntary plans. And that's something that's going to be certainly a topic of discussion during times such as this pandemic, when many employers are not processing their payroll. So that's a unique aspect. If you're offering voluntary plans and you want to learn more about that, certainly reach out. Business owners have been dealing with exploding health insurance costs for years. Employers are going to be very motivated to take a look and review those benefit plans, as all of us coming out of this pandemic, once we reopen and start processing payroll and getting our businesses back up, we're certainly going to have less financial flexibility than we did a month and a half, 2 months ago. Every cost, including your benefits cost, is going to be scrutinized, and employers would be well versed in doing their due diligence and research on looking at alternatives. So during today's call, we're going to discuss some ways to offer a wide variety of plans, providing your employees with a choice while containing that cost and doing so in a predictable fashion. Chaitra from the Mass Health Connector for Business will also spend some time talking about the Connectors Connect Well program. That is a mechanism for eligible businesses to receive a 15% rebate at the end of the year on the business portion of premiums. It's a fantastic program. And with that, I'd like to introduce Chaitra Sanders. Chaitra joins us today from the Mass Health Connector for Business. Chaitra, welcome and thank you for joining us today.
Thank you, Andy, and thank you everyone at the Chamber for having me on. This is a great way to present when we can't be with each other, although I do love being in person. So let me just get this up on the screen. Can everyone see the presentation?
Yep, it's on. It looks great.
Perfect. So today I'm just going to pretty much try to give an overview of the Health Connector for Business, a little bit more in depth as what Andy was saying, cost savings and being able to provide quality, affordable health coverage. And hopefully something, anything that we're providing today as information will be beneficial to your business moving forward or currently. So the Health Connector for Business is an affordable way to offer health insurance that's also flexible. So what we'll review today, both Andy and I, for the Health Connector for Business is what is Health Connector for Business? How do you get savings? Everyone's very interested in savings through comparison shopping, as well as flexible choices, a way for you as an employer to control your costs while providing your employees with the options to choose the plan that best suits their family needs, as well as receiving rebates through Connect Well, as Andy mentioned before, getting money back for offering health insurance to your employees, which also will correlate with the small business healthcare tax credit, receiving money back, and how to get started. So really quickly, what is the Health Connector for Business? I just wanted to state that we are a state marketplace. So I actually work for a state agency, and as the state marketplace, we're an online platform that allows small businesses with 1 to 50 employees the ability to shop for plans through all the leading insurers from Massachusetts with exclusive cost savings and flexible choice benefits. So I just wanted to just bring your attention to the screen. Most of these, if not all of these insurers are familiar to you. So like I said, we are the only location where you can actually get all access to all of the leading insurers in Massachusetts. And so we've done a couple of surveys in the past from employers and brokers, and we found out the reasons why employers might want to use the Health Connector for Business as their option to shop for health insurance for their employees. And those are as follows. One, we have full carrier participation. I showed you before, we have all the leading insurers in one location. As well as there's competitive premiums. Because it is an online platform with access to all of the carriers in one location, there's an opportunity for small businesses to save over 20% on average before rebates because they have the ability to comparison shop online. There is also the option to get a wellness rebate, which I'll talk about more in depth a little bit later, but employers may actually be eligible for a 15% rebate of what they contribute into the plan if their employees participate in one of our 30 pre-approved wellness activities. There's also flexible employee choice. Flexible employee choice, I'm going to spend a lot of time talking about that because that's a way for you as the employer to set a cost control plan, the one that best suits the budget for your business, and then allow your employees to buy plans that better suit the need for their family and their own healthcare needs. There's access to free certified assistance. We have over 350 certified brokers, Andrew being one of those brokers, that are free for you to utilize for your Health Connector for Business needs. And I just wanted to state that you have a peace of mind when you're shopping on the Health Connector for Business. You know that the plan that you are offering your employees meet all federal and state coverage requirements. So your employees will not receive any tax penalty by shopping for a Health Connector for Business plan. Now, these are actually the 4 top reasons employers come to the Health Connector for Business. The employee choice models, the Connect Well rebate, the small business healthcare tax credit. So that is a tax credit that is available to small businesses that shop on the state marketplace. As I mentioned before, we are the state marketplace, so that's one of the eligibilities. The other eligibility has to do with some average incomes and everything that's your accountant or your tax professional would be able to tell you if you're eligible for that tax credit, but it is exclusive to state marketplaces. And also, there is no fee to utilize the Health Connector for Business. We don't ask for a membership fee. We don't ask for a utilization fee. We don't ask you to pay the broker. It is free to use. You just have to pay your premium. So what I'd like to get into, and I know Andy really likes the employee choice models, is the employee choice models. That is an exclusive option that's only available on the Health Connector for Business. And as I pointed out before, the employee choice model is centered around two goals. The first goal is to allow you as the employer to control your costs. The second goal is to allow the employees to have multiple insurance options to choose from. And since this is a completely online platform, choosing from these there could be anywhere from 5 to 24 options sometimes. The employees do this all online, so it's very easy to compare their options and choose the plan that best suits their needs. So these employee choice models, there's 3 of them. They're called one plan, one carrier, one level. This overview is kind of the health insurance overview of it. But what I like to do is I like to give a more broader, I'm going to make health insurance pizza. Let's put it that way. All right. Or have we all been ordering out pizza? I do it once a week. So, so let's discuss and let's pretend that health insurance is pizza. So one plan. One plan is how health insurance has pretty traditionally been offered to small businesses here in Massachusetts. And so if we were to pretend that health insurance was pizza, one plan works this way. You as the employer say to your employee, let's share the cost of a pizza. So the employee is going to get this pizza, right? But the employer is willing to share the cost of the pizza with the employee. Now the employer decides everything. They say, hey, you're going to get a pepperoni pizza. It's a $10 pepperoni pizza from this pizzeria. Maybe it's the one down the block. I'm going to pay for half of it. You're going to pay for half of it. That is how one plan works. The employer makes every decision. So in health insurance environment, this is kind of how it would look. So these are the benefit tiers. You might be familiar with them: platinum, gold, silver, bronze. Andrew will definitely be able to explain a little bit more in detail what those mean. They're mainly the benefit tiers for the deductible and the out-of-pocket costs. But in the one plan option, which, like I said before, is the traditional way of offering health insurance to small businesses in Massachusetts, you as the employer would make every decision. You would choose the carrier, so you'd be controlling the provider network, and you would choose the benefit option for the employees, which also means you're controlling their out-of-pocket costs. And the employees would have no choice but whether to just take it or not take it. So we do offer that. That is not exclusive to us. Exclusive to us is a one carrier model. So the way a one carrier model works, if you were to compare this to shopping for a pizza or buying a pizza, you would say to your employees, hey, I will share the cost of a pizza. Now, here's how you would make your decision. You would say, we're going to get a pizza from the pizzeria down the block. So you would choose the pizzeria. You would then look at the menu and decide which pizza can the business afford to pay for a contribution into. So in this case, let's say you choose the pepperoni pizza. You say, you know what? The business can afford to pay for half, let's just say it's half, of the $10 pepperoni pizza. So in that case, you're really saying to your employees, I'm going to give you $5. So you're budgeting yourself at $5 because that's half of the pepperoni pizza. Then the employees have this $5. They can take that $5 and use it towards any pizza at that pizzeria. The only thing that you're controlling now really is the pizzeria. So if an employee doesn't want pepperoni, maybe they just want cheese, they could go get the cheese pizza that is maybe only $8, take your $5 that you gave them from the pepperoni, and they'll pay the other $3 for the rest of the cheese. They're getting the whole pie, but they're only paying the $3 because you gave them $5. They could go ahead with the pepperoni, pay the other half, or maybe they want everything on it. They could go get the Supreme. Maybe the Supreme's a $15 pizza. You gave them $5 towards it, they're gonna pay the other 10. So in health insurance, this is how it would look. What you would be doing is providing them with a health insurance option from one of the carriers. So you'd pretty much kind of be controlling what network's available to them. The employees can then go ahead and take the contribution that you gave them and choose the benefit, so the out-of-pocket cost that best fits their needs. Maybe they need a lot of healthcare visits over a month or something, maybe, and they want less out-of-pocket cost. They're going to go to a higher metal level, which would be a lower out-of-pocket cost, but a higher premium. Or maybe they're in great shape, really healthy, hardly see the doctor, don't really need access to one of those low deductible plans. Instead, maybe they'll go to a lower metal tier and have a higher out-of-pocket cost, but a lower premium. So they're really choosing what's best for their healthcare needs. So the last one that's available from the employee choice models is one level. How does one level work? So one level would be you saying to your employees, hey, we're all gonna get a pepperoni pizza. So you pretty much told everyone they're getting pepperoni. Now you decide that the pizzeria down the block, the $10 pepperoni pizza, that's the one you could afford to pay for half of. So you've said, I can afford to pay for the pepperoni pizza, half of that down the block is $10, I'll give you $5. You don't have to buy the pepperoni pizza from that pizzeria, but you have to buy a pepperoni pizza from somewhere, and I'm giving you this $5 towards it. So then the employees, maybe they have a certain, preference for which pizzeria they buy it from. They can take that $5 that you gave them, go to any pizzeria and get a pepperoni pie. And as you know, different pizzerias mark their same pie at different prices, but the employee has that $5 that you gave them towards the benchmark one that you chose. So they can shop for the pepperoni pizza at any pizza shop as long as they pick a pepperoni pizza. So as far as health insurance goes, this is how it kind of looks. You as the employer is choosing the benefit option that all of the employees have access to. So in this case, we're showing you a gold tier that's usually about $1,000 deductible. You're pretty much controlling the out-of-pocket costs, and you're allowing the employees to shop across carriers based on their provider network needs. So they can find the carrier that has their doctors in the network. So before Andy mentioned ConnectWell, ConnectWell is also an exclusive option that's only available on the Health Connector for Business, and it's a wellness rebate program. So the way to qualify is any employer who has 25 or fewer employees enrolled on the Health Connector for Business and has not yet received this rebate 3 times, so 3 times is the limit, would qualify for the ConnectWell rebate. The way this works is employers can receive a 15% rebate that is a live check at the end of the benefit year. So we're not taking money off your renewal year. We're actually saying, here's 15% back on what you put in towards the premiums for the year if 33% of your employees participate in a wellness activity. So if you have 3 employees enrolled and only 1 participates, you're eligible for the rebate. And the average ConnectWell rebate that people received in 2019 was about $3,000. And we are looking, possibly at smaller groups. The larger the group, the higher the rebate will be. The more that you put into the premium, the larger the rebate will be. It's really all based on what you're contributing. Now, what would make an employee want to participate in one of the wellness activities? They actually receive a $100 Visa gift card. So that incentivizes them. And really quickly, I said there's like 30 pre-approved wellness activities. We try to make this as light touch as possible and make sure that everyone who is enrolled can actually participate. So this just gives you a kind of an idea of what is available for them to submit, and they only have to submit 1 option over a whole year. So we focus on mind, body, money. So mental, physical, and financial health. And these are just an idea of things that they can do. And just to let you know, during this time, we're actually sending out emails that are more focused on activities that people can do at home. So there are plenty of options that they can do at home that they can submit as a wellness activity also. So we make sure this is a very easy activity to complete. As well as we make sure that we follow up with you at all times. We really, really, really want to see you all get this Connect Well rebate. So we auto enroll you. If you're eligible, you don't have to ask to be enrolled in this program. We auto enroll you if you're eligible. Then we send your employees emails. We tell them, go participate in one of these wellness activities. You'll get a $100 Visa gift card. We do that every other month. Once they complete the activity and it's approved, we immediately send your employee a $100 Visa gift card. What we hope is they tell their other coworkers that they received the $100 Visa gift card, and then they're like, hey, I want to get one, and then they go take care of a wellness activity too. Once you reach the 33% participation, we update you and let you know you're rebate eligible, and that at the end of your benefit year, you can actually expect to receive information from us about what you will be receiving back as a rebate. And we really love this because this is one of those Publishers Clearinghouse checks that we went around with for one of our Facebook Live series. And this small business owner of Clean Properties, Marcy Berger, she's over there on the right-hand side of your screen. She said, we heard there would be a 15% rebate. And I said, yeah, I'll believe it when I see it. And here it is. So of course we had to bring her the big check, but you see she got a nice amount there. And I don't think she had a large group of people enrolled. It's just that it depended on how much she put into the premium. So as I stated before, there's the Connect Well, and then there's a small business healthcare tax credit. This is also exclusive only to the Health Connector for Business. And as I said before, it's because the Health Connector for Business is a state marketplace. So if you're shopping on another platform and you're eligible for this 50% tax credit, you would not receive it because you didn't shop on a state marketplace. Now, I don't want to pretend that I'm an expert on this. I don't even know if Andy is an expert on this, but I can tell you who is an expert on it. Your tax preparer, your accountant, whoever takes care of your taxes. What you would do is if you shopped on the Health Connector for Business, you would tell them, hey, I shopped on a state marketplace. Can you see if I'm eligible for the small business healthcare tax credit? And then you would allow them to do the calculations. And if you are eligible, just think about that. You might be eligible for a 50. I'll use some of that right now. But this is just some information, and there is a website that you can feel free to go to. I've gone to it, but it's still one of those things that I would say I would leave up to an accountant to calculate. So very quickly, if all of this interests you and you're like, hey, I would really like to go see what's available on the Health Connector for Business, it's very easy to get started. First of all, visit the website. Like I said before, this is completely online. There is no need for paperwork at all. No paperwork. If you're faxing paperwork or anything, I think you're just adding on extra time. And as we can all see right now, we're living in like this virtual world. So it is easy to take care of everything online. You can enroll at the beginning of any month. So there's no closed or open enrollment period for small businesses, which is great. You actually, so say you enrolled on June 1st, you would renew on June 1st of next year. So you would have a full benefit year. So that's great for small businesses. You might not need health insurance today, but you never know when you might need to offer health insurance to your employees. So you can enroll the 1st of any month. But we do have some deadlines. You need to offer the plan by the 10th of the previous month. The employees need to make their own accounts and shop online. So you don't even have to be involved in that, which is great. They just make their own account and shop. They need to do that by the 20th. You make an online payment by the 23rd, and then your coverage begins on the 1st of the month. And of course, if you hire a broker, they'll be able to assist you with all of this, as in Andy. Just to give you an idea, if you want to get an idea of what you might be looking at, our site does have an anonymous browse tool. When you go to our www.mahealthconnected.org, it says get a quote. This is an idea of what you would be paying, not the exact, because it will show the full premium, it won't show your contribution. If you want all of that, what I would do is utilize a broker. They're free to use. I can only point that out. So if you reach out to Andy, he's not charging for you for use of reviewing stuff on the Health Connector for Business. Show you actually the easy cost estimate based on what you want to put into the plan, as well as he's the expert on health insurance. So he's going to explain to you what is available, what is best for your group based on what you provided him as far as what your needs are. Also, health insurance might not be what you're interested in. So taking time out of your busy day, of your business day, might not be what you want to do. So you can save yourself time and let the broker take care of everything on that end for the health insurance. So now I'm going to pass it over to you, Andy, to go on to your voluntary enhanced benefits.
Yeah, thank you so much, Chaitra. I can't imagine why a small business owner would not be interested in being well versed in health insurance. A couple of comments. I really love the one level plan when it comes to offering benefits, especially if you're already offering benefits. The access to the networks and allowing an employee to continue to see their physician, their pediatrician, whoever it may be, is of extreme importance to an employee. So by offering that one level, we're able to contain the business owner's expense while offering the employees a choice and allow them to have some control over their health care. And then on the savings benefit, we're all coming out of this. We're all struggling right now. So any way that we can get a rebate, any way that we can save or contain our cost is certainly something that would be beneficial to every small business owner out there. I want to talk a moment and briefly on voluntary enhanced benefits because they fit very nicely alongside your major medical. So what are voluntary benefits and why should a business offer them? When we think about the major medical, the benefits that we're getting through a resource such as the connector, that plan is paying the doctors in the hospitals. And even with the greatest care, we're seeing increased out-of-pocket expenses, whether it's in increased copays, increased deductibles, or something we're seeing even more now, this really ugly thing called coinsurance. The transfer of cost has taken place from an employer-covered expense to an employee-covered expense. And that's where the voluntary enhanced benefits come in. The voluntary enhanced benefits put cash right back into our pocket, your employees' pockets. So you think about the major medical, that's paying the hospital bill. The voluntary enhanced benefit is putting money right back into our pockets, which helps defer or cover the cost of the copays, the deductibles, or any other expenses related or even unrelated to your medical care. There's no cost to the business. The business can contribute to it, but the majority of my voluntary benefit clients, it's all 100% voluntary paid via payroll deduction. I did mention I do have a mechanism where I can eliminate the invoicing for the business owner. And that's a really a beneficial item, especially during times when payroll is not being processed. Offering the voluntary enhanced benefits can help enhance a benefits package, especially if you're looking at a plan that has a high copay or high deductible. And lastly, there's no administration for the business owner. As your benefits consultant, I'm handling all of the education, all of the enrollment, and I'm providing your employees with ongoing claims and client support. And I want to also comment on the education and the enrollment piece, not only on the voluntary benefits, but Chaitra had mentioned that there's the online portal for the Mass Connector that the employer can choose their plan and the employee can go on and enroll. I like to have a very communicative style, and I like to assist my clients and their employees in that process. So I make myself available either by phone or in normal times, in-person benefits counseling. A couple other items on the voluntary enhanced benefits. something I've been talking to my clients about for the past 2.5 years has garnered a lot of attention in the media over the past 6 to 8 weeks, and that's telemedicine. I have the opportunity for all of my employer groups with 10 or more employees through a number of my voluntary carriers to offer telemedicine at no cost to the employer and no cost to the employee, and that includes copays. A great example of telemedicine, about 4 weeks ago, I came down with a virus. It was not COVID-19, thankfully, but I had a stomach virus. And after 3 or 4 days, I started getting extremely dehydrated, and I was concerned that I was going to end up in the emergency room for an IV, and that the last place anyone wants to be during this situation. I contacted my telemedicine provider. I was able to speak with a Massachusetts board certified physician right over the telephone, and he was able to prescribe me an anti-nausea medicine. That didn't cost me any copays for that consultation. I was able to get that medicine without going to the doctor or an emergency room. And again, I was able to call that at 7 o'clock on a Sunday morning. So there's 24/7 service on that. It's a fantastic benefit that can really help maintain productivity for your workforce. What I like to tell people is, for the stupid stuff that we wake up and we know we need a quick prescription, an antibiotic, it's a great way to seek that care. Whether it's in situations like this pandemic or under normal circumstances, in cold and flu season, who wants to wake up at 7 o'clock on a Sunday morning and wait until 3 o'clock Monday to see their physician, and then sit in the waiting room, the sick waiting room with everyone else? The other aspect to the voluntary benefits, a large portion of employees have no life insurance. Through the voluntary platform, we're often able to issue or provide guarantee issue life insurance that's no medical exams, no medical questions, at an extremely affordable rate in an easy to process situation, which gives your employees an extremely important benefit. And lastly, for you, the employer, I'm able to offer Employee Navigator at no cost. Employee Navigator is a full-service HR technology platform. It helps you with your new hire onboarding, with your performance review tracking, time off request, the whole nuts and bolts of that. And we're able to offer that for employers offering some voluntary benefits at no cost. Shaitra, if you can move to the next slide for me. So I'm often asked, when I talk about voluntary enhanced benefits, what exactly does that mean? The most popular by far is probably short-term disability. Now, we have this thing starting in Massachusetts in January 2021, paid family medical leave. So how does short-term disability fit on top of that? One of my voluntary carriers is the first carrier, to my knowledge, to offer a plan that sits on top of and alongside paid family medical leave. So if you're offering short-term disability programs right now, a lot of your programs are going to have to be rewritten to sit and work in conjunction with that. I'm able to help and work with you alongside that. I was talking with somebody this morning about an accident they had a couple of weeks ago, where they fell through. They had a situation at home where they had 18 stitches in their leg. There's a plan called an accident indemnity plan that helps pay benefits to you based on your injury and the services you receive. It's my favorite voluntary benefit. I think it's more important now than ever, especially for families with children, and those kids are extremely active. I won't talk much on the cancer or critical illness plan, other than to say, if you suffer a cancer diagnosis or a critical illness diagnosis like a heart attack or stroke, there are indemnity and lump sum plans that will help provide you cash benefits for that situation. And the whole idea here is, when we suffer a medical event, we still have our mortgage and rent to pay. We still have our car payments. We still need to put food on the table for our families. I spent 15 years working in Wall Street, mainly from a portfolio risk mitigation perspective. When I sit down with my clients, I take that same perspective. Insurance is all about understanding risk and how do we manage that risk? And a lot of these voluntary plans that put money right back into your employees' pockets help maintain the financial stability and the financial plan that your employees have worked so hard to develop. We don't want to lose that during any type of health situation, whether it's a pandemic or the everyday injury and illnesses we suffer. And then importantly, during this time, there's the hospital indemnity plan. This works similar to an accident plan that pays you cash payments for hospitalizations. And the last plan I'll speak on is our dental program. I have a voluntary carrier that has a fantastic dental program through the Dentamax networks here in Massachusetts, a wide variety of dentists. It provides a $2,000 annual maximum benefit, paying 100% preventative, 80% basic, and 50% major. It's a fantastic and extremely affordable dental plan. Dental coverage is one of the most sought after benefits for employees. So as we look to come out of this pandemic, get back to work and get our economy back, as we look to bring employees back, some of these voluntary enhanced benefits may be an excellent offering for your employees that allows you as a business owner to either enhance your existing benefit program or to develop something at a low or no cost opportunity for you. With that, I'd like to open it up for questions.
Yes, just checking to see if anyone has any questions. If you do, as I said, you can hover over where it says questions. You'll see the red X at the bottom. You'll see 3 little dots next to that, and then you can ask the question on the chat feature, which is right next to that, the third one from the end there, and you can type it right in the chat box. While we're waiting for any questions to come in, I have a question for Andy and Chaitra, and that is, how do employers who have furloughed or laid off their employees handle the benefits and payroll deduction?
Yeah, that's a great question. And it's one that you really need to be speaking with your HR consultant, and get some advice on that. But generally speaking, employee eligibility for benefits is tied to an employee's full-time status or the number of hours worked. If the employer has furloughed their employees, check to see if your plan can cover that employee, and if so, does the plan need to be amended? Additionally, some other considerations, if you furloughed your employee, does that employee have some unused vacation or sick time? Are they still receiving a payroll from that? Is that a mechanism that you can still take out some of the premiums? Another option is to take a look and see what the considerations under COBRA may be, and whether or not you as the business owner will help contribute to that COBRA. And then, the other options are to use the private exchanges. I had several of my clients where I sat down with them and we did a screen share, and I helped them navigate the private space. So there are a lot of options out there. The best thing for you to do in protecting your business and protecting your employees is to seek the advice of a professional HR individual. Good question.
Thank you. Yeah, we have a member that asked that, so I want to make sure to get that answer to them. So thank you very much. Does anyone have any other questions at all right now? If so, just you can ask them right in the chat box. You can always unmute yourself as well if you'd like. Anyone? Well, we're waiting to see if anyone has any questions. Either Andy or Chaitra, can you just share your information in the chat feature, just so in case anyone does have any questions or wants to follow up, they can do so. Oh, perfect. Even easier.
Absolutely. There it is right there. Just take a picture of that with your phone. I am happy whether it's, a question on current benefits, if you're looking to, redesign your plan as we come back. If you're, interested in offering some additional benefits or the telemedicine, give me a ring. I'm happy to have that conversation with you.
Perfect. Well, as long as no one else has any questions, we will be sharing this whole presentation. So if you want to check it out again, check out our social media, check out our website as well. I want to thank you both for speaking today, though. It was very informative, very helpful. Something I said that every business and everyone needs. So we appreciate you being there for everyone. And after that presentation, I feel like pizza, but I also understand the health connector in the whole presentation a lot more. So thank you all very much. We appreciate it. we appreciate you speaking today. We appreciate everyone joining us also. As I mentioned, we have a number of presentations coming up. Check out merrimackvalleychamber.com. Check webinars. You'll see a whole host of value-added membership benefit complimentary webinars coming up. So thank you all for joining us today. Thank you to Andy. Thank you to Chadra. And we look forward to seeing you next time at a Merrimack Valley Chamber webinar. Thank you. Have a good day.
Thank you so much, Mike.